Well, look at here, the grease mobile is back, folks. For those of you who have been on my channel long term, you know that I bought this 2 years ago for $400. I bought it with, I think, 79,000 miles on it. And she just turned 100,000 miles. Look at that, 100,180. So we've put over 20,000 miles on this. Last year I gave it to my sister because she didn't have a car. I have two sisters. One sister I gave the Pontiac Vibe. Unfortunately, the Pontiac Vibe is no longer with us. She had some expensive repairs and was not viable to keep on the road. But Grease Mobile is still with us. My sister drove it in New Jersey for the year and a half, or maybe year. Started having some troubles with it near the end. It started overheating a bunch. And so we sent down a different car for her to drive, and then brought this one back up here, and it overheated on the drive home, and just had some troubles. So I got to fix it up, and then I'm going on vacation in the Catskills next week for July 4th weekend, and I'm driving this there because it's the perfect hauler. It'll take beat, it'll take all my stuff. So basically my sister's been driving the Cobalt around, which works well. No problems with the Cobalt. You guys remember this? I bought this for $1,000 a while back. This Cobalt has been minty. Van's been minty too, but hey, it's starting to have a little bit of troubles. So she brought it into the shop, and they said it just had a coolant leak. They said it was from a low radiator hose or something, so we'll get it up on the jack stands and see where it's coming from, take care of that, then do an oil change. Just make sure it's all ready for my vacation next week, because it is a 5-hour drive or whatever to the Catskills. And then also I want to make sure it's good for my sister to keep driving around New Jersey with those crazy New Jersey drivers. And don't worry guys, I'm still working on the Ford flatbed video, or the Ford F-350 video. I guess there's a little teaser for what's coming. There's a flatbed on it. But I got a bunch of parts got delayed in the mail and everything. And like I said, I'm going on vacation next week, so I need that van ready pretty quick. But that will be in the next video. It's got about every single dash light on. Well, I think that leak is coming from the water pump itself. Oops, well, that's not good. Well, it's the water pump that's leaking, so a little bit bigger job than I thought. I thought it was just going to be a radiator hose because I hadn't gotten under there. But I suppose we better get started. So let's jack this up and start getting stuff out of the way. So basically you got to remove these little fender walls because this is a side mounted V6, and so all the accessories are on the side. Very, very difficult to access, very tight. I have gripes with side mounted engines, as you may have noticed if you watched my Fiat 500 video where I had to move the engine to change the alternator. This van, a lot of mechanics do actually move the engine to get the water pump out of the way. They take off one motor mount and then move the engine. I'm going to try to not have to do that because that adds a lot of time. So we're going to see if we can skip that step by just rotating it out. But first we got to take out the serpentine belt. This is the tool I use. I sawed off a little bit of my ratchet to make it fit, because I've been in here before. So the serpentine belt is off, as you can see there. It's just lying down. Now we're going to take off the pulley for the water pump. That won't come all the way out because of how the engine is so close to the fender. So it makes it a little difficult to get all the water pump bolts, but there's 5 of them. I'm just going to undo those now. I actually just remembered I also forgot to drain the radiator, so I think I'll drain the radiator first. The radiator drain is broken. There's supposed to be a red tab coming out of that, and it's cracked in there. So I'm just going to have to take off I'll just drain it by the lower radiator hose or something. Okay, now that it's drained, we're going to continue the removal of the water pump. Get back under there. Let's see if I can get this 3.3 to give birth to its water pump. I cannot get that water pump out of that hole there. It's too close to the frame for clearance. Just way too close. So we're gonna have to pull a Fiat 500 and I'm gonna have to loosen this motor mount so I can drop the engine a little bit. So the motor mount is free, supporting it on the jack stand with a piece of wood there. So I'm just gonna let her down a little bit. I'll angle you guys here so you can maybe see engine drop just a touch. So hopefully that's good enough there. I really wish I'd just dropped the engine originally, because I spent 30 minutes trying to get the water pump out of there without dropping the engine. And I couldn't do it, and I finally gave in. Dropping the engine literally takes 10 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe even 3 minutes. So I could have saved myself a bunch of time. But here's the old water pump out. Let's grab the new one. There's where the old one lined up. Cleaning up the surface now because there was corrosion on it with my little wire brush. I'm even gonna clean it up with a little Dremel bit here because it's pretty corroded up there. There, now she's real cleaned up with that Dremel bit. So this is the new water pump, new gasket, and then I cleaned up the pulley. And we got to take out this black tab from the old water pump and install it in the new one. So I pulled that tab off, and you see that gunk in there? This gunk is caused when you mix the wrong type of coolants together. So that's why you don't want to do that, because it'll really gunk up your system. And you can see in here the water pump's getting all clogged up like that. So I got the new pump all set up, and we're going to try to put it up into place. Got that new water pump in, and since I know you guys are going to ask, no, the bolt is not mine. But there it is, tightened up and everything. I'll go fill her up with coolant, and then we'll see if we have any leaks. Actually, I forgot the engine is still on the jack stand. Let's jack that up first and put the motor mount back on. So that's water pump install. Not the world's easiest, but it's not like a Chevy Equinox or Chevy Traverse's water pump, which is over $1,000 job or something. So now we just got to fill it up and test it, see if it works. Let's fill her up. Now we do that same amount, but with water. Well, she's all bled. No more bubbles coming up out of here. Let's lock it down and See if we got any leaks. Well, one thing immediately noticeable is the squeaking stopped. The old water pump was squeaking pretty badly because the bearings were getting worn out. There's the new water pump turning. I don't see any drippage coming out. I think we're good. Let's put her back together. And there you go. She's back. I gotta wait for tomorrow to do the oil change. Well, you know what? I'm already pretty dirty, I guess, so I'll just do the oil change today too. Rain looks like it's gonna go away, hopefully. I'm gonna make this short and sweet, guys. 17 mil on the old drain pan. Crack her loose. All right, open her up. Get that pan under there. And open her up. Let her drain. All right, use your superhuman strength. Oh! Good Lord. To break free that oil filter. Let her drain while the draining's going on back there too. Two birds, one stone. Let's take her out of here. Oh boy, I know I'm gonna drop this. Just like the Cimarron. I can feel it. Very close to dropping it, guys. I got that much grip on it. All right. Drain the filter there. All right, we'll prep the new kid. New kid in town. Nice. Screw in that. Tighten her up with your superhuman strength. Reinsert Mr. Drain plug. Torque it down. And grab your fancy funnel with a handle. Oh, jeez. That's on there tight. Oh, and there she goes. Oh, well. Put it in and fill her up with 5 quarts of 520. No, I did not go the expensive brand this time. Sorry, guys. Drink up, my precious. Glug, glug, glug. Enjoy it. And once she's full, find the cap that you threw on the ground. Gently discard your fancy funnel. Hey, and there you go. Oil change done in 10 minutes. All right, well, I think that'll make her good to drive up to the Catskills for this weekend, which is the July 4th weekend. And like I said, I'll be gone for a week, so it might be a little over a week till you get the next video on the F350 over there, because it's still just, video's not quite ready yet. I had to wait on parts for a while and everything, but at least this van is all fixed up, and drive it up to the Catskills, and then if it does well there, then I'll feel confident in giving it back to my sister for her to keep driving around New Jersey till she can buy her own damn car. Just kidding, sister. You can keep using this. I got enough cars. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in a little while.